before I got rudely cut off because his phone didn't want to serve the purpose. Those negative energies be everywhere, regardless how they play out. They're not gonna want you to get that message across. I've experienced them working through so many aspects, whether it was through people and circumstances in your own current actions. Like they will show up in so many different attributes. And one thing I do know is sometimes when you're not ready to understand what's taking place, there'll be so many subsequent situations that try to stop you, and you'll blame it on the lack of understanding for those circumstances. You'll be like, nah, it was this, they was that, or whatever, right? And it has nothing to do with that purposely, like that whole blame this, blame that, blame this, all that. I'm always going to go back to the fact that your understanding of allowing the divine to be more intricate in your life is the purpose. How else will you be able to master the aspect of life in its full fortuitiveness? And I was trying to say before I got cut off, my grandfather's divine presence or pretense for the creator itself was so strong. The things he would say it once. He wouldn't repeat himself, and he was very stern on a lot of things that he would do. My grandfather was one of those people that if you got a spanking from my grandfather, you remember that shit for years. You ain't gonna remember, like, that first time you got your ass cut, you ain't gonna want that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? You gonna, I love you. Okay, whatever you want me to do. Like, yeah, all right. Yep, I was wrong. I messed up. Like, he would be that type of individual. My grandfather carried lightning within him, you know what I mean? And he would say things to me that would ring in my head. And as a kid, children don't really comprehend certain things, you know what I mean? But in that same breath, the energy was so strong and potent. You gonna learn today. Didn't matter how young you was gonna learn. And I was so quick to take in that vibration of that truth through the divine understanding, because that is the only way. There is no other way, you know what I'm saying? So it would beat down any aspect that would, in the future tense, have me to hold on to these certain things, when in fact life can be manipulated for you to work in unison with the negative energies that's going to hold you up. If you're going to serve that purpose, if you're going to help other things get held back and all this other stuff, or put people in the mindset to stay away from the divine, it's going to help you. It's going to help you do that. You're going to see a lot of wins, but when you want to do the real fight, the strongest fight that's going to put you on the highest pedestal, only that can be placed by the divine, you're going to see more resistance towards the things that you want to do, because you're not dealing with the forces that allow the energy that the divine gives you to make you move forward. They want to hold that energy back. You know how many different situations has called themselves the highest power or the almighty creator and all that aspect? It'll never be the ultimate, though. It'll never be the true almighty. And there's only one creator, and everything else will always be under that. Whether or not you have a title for it, or there's a place for you to go to study that pretense, none of that even matters, especially not in my book, because I know deep down inside that the Almighty is above all things, especially all things that man seem to feel like it can describe to you in some form. I try to reach higher past that. And one thing that I do know, the Almighty is unconditional love, because it creates on all polarities. The nucleus creates on both sides. That's unconditional love, knowing that one side is going to be opposite from the other side. That shows you in itself that it creates on all polarities. You don't need somebody to explain that to you. If you pay attention to life, you can see that there is an existence of both sides, and you can join either one. But once you realize the side that you came on, that's the side you should fight for. But it doesn't happen, right? For the most part, people shift through their lives. It's because of what you're learning and what you're taking in. I'm going to say all the time, the divine don't make mistakes. We do. And we get lost by not staying in the way you came. Everything on this plane of existence was created in a positive energy. And then there are energies that's created on the opposite frequency that are being used to move that physical creation. If you knew for a fact you was born as a nucleus, like you was born as the middle aspect to be a divine creator in your own right, why would you choose any sides? Right or left? Good or bad, up or down, however you see fit. Wouldn't you stay in a right to allow your divine aspect to shine more over than what a direction is pulling you, right? So instead of going this way or going that way, you sit idle. One thing I love that DMX said in his song, he said, "Love that, let it go. If it come back, that's how strong it really is." That's for anything that happens in life. Anything that you want to do, if you let it go, and if it opposes itself for you again to do, that's how strong it was for you to attach to those situations. And one thing that has always might have gotten letting go was the connection to the divine, but it always opposes itself back to you to serve just that one purpose. Your first thought, right? That intuition, that motion, that I knew it, but why I ain't do it? All of that, you know. And when you get that understanding within yourself to learn what you are trying to manifest as far as the completion in your life, you start to know more than anything. It's not about being able to do those things. It's about having the connection to the Almighty Creator, to the divine, so therefore you can do these things. And that's going to give you a fulfillment on what you're doing and what you're going through. So therefore it has a real subsequent value. Like, this is why we're unfulfilled when we do things in life. You don't have a connection to the divine, so you have to keep running. You have to keep chasing the dragon. You have to keep chasing the first experience to try to satisfy something, right? When the divine can help you understand that at its fullest potential. NAGA.